Hey y'all, I'm Wilson. Welcome to my little shop here. I just got finished with one job and I'm starting on the next. I got some little closet cabinets I'm doing here. I'm in the middle of getting the face frames finished up, so I figured I'd do a quick little video on face frames while I'm at this point. This is what I'm working with here. I am pocket screwing all my frames. To be honest, I prefer dowels, but pocket screws work great. They're quick and easy, and I don't have a dowel machine set up. So I am pocket screwing frames right now. I don't have a frame table, so I'm using my table saw right here, which is not the best thing in the world, but it works. Anyway, let me set y'all up here on my custom camera holder. There we go. Alright. Working on the frames. I've got my drill, my long bit, my screws sitting there, my glue. Don't ever forget the glue. Glue is very important on face frames. Alright, this frame is going to be another one similar to this, just a square box, rails going in between. Got to make sure you glue everything good. The glue is what holds everything together. No matter what you use, the glue is what's going to hold it together. I like to do an even coat. Got a good even coat on there. It'll fill all the cracks. You can use less putty, and you just get a better bond. Hopefully soon I can get me a face frame table. I really need one, but I got to have more space in here. Because I am super tight in this little shop for room. Now when you're doing frames like this, any frame, it needs to come out square. It needs to come out as square as possible. So I am double checking these with a framing square here. And you can actually kind of square them up with the screws. If your cuts are the way they need to be, if all the cuts are square, everything's cut right size, everything should fall right into place. But when you're doing something like that, so I just got the one screw in there, and I can take the next screw and use the screws to square that up. That way, if I'm making sure every one of these are dead square, when I put the other side on, everything should fall right into place. Now it depends on what kind of wood you're using. I'm using poplar for this. Poplar works great for face frames. You always see the debate, which wood is the best for painted face frames. I use poplar a lot. Maple actually seems to paint better. Maple's a little harder, and it does paint better. It just depends on the price and how easy it is to get whatever it is in your area. I've even heard of people using cherry for face frames. I just can't bring myself to paint cherry. Y'all kind of bear with me here. It gets a little confusing trying to talk on a video and working at the same time. Trying to see how many people I can get to actually watching the videos. And I appreciate everybody that does. After the last video, I've jumped up a few subscribers. I think I'm up to 56 subscribers now, which is not much, but it's, for me, I wasn't even expecting that many. I'm just kind of playing around with these. I'm not much of a people person. But I do like doing the videos. My big thing is later on, down the line, maybe the grandkids and great-grandkids might actually get to watch some of these. Like I say, this is painted. Don't be scared of the glue when you're doing painted frames. Whatever squeezes out, you can wash off, sand off, scrape off. I mean, you don't want to just have it pouring out. You don't want to waste a whole lot of glue, but you want to cover that whole surface area on the end of these rails. Like I say, if you got the whole surface area covered, you get a good tight joint. You shouldn't even really have to use any putty on it. Of course, everything's not perfect, never is, so you got to do what you got to do. My goal right now, as far as the videos, I just want to see if I can get up to 100 subscribers. Of course, I want to do more than that, but we'll go from there. I kind of got that set as my goal right now. I'm going to tell you the truth, these videos are not easy to do, even just kind of throwing them together like me. I just got a cell phone throwing some stuff together. I ain't even got a script or anything like that. I'm just playing around here. but they're not easy to do when it comes to talking on the camera, knowing people are going to be listening to you. It's kind of nerve-wracking for me. Kind of outside of my comfort zone here. But at the same time, I'm kind of enjoying it. Kind of gives you a little thrill every time you see a new subscriber pop up. Alright, that's a frame. I try to wash as much of the glue off as I can. Like I say, it'll sand off, so it's not that big a deal. But the more you glue you've got on here, the more it will clog up your paper. Alright, that's the frame. Now when you're doing a frame like this, you want to make sure everything's square. I went through with the framing square, but once the frame is built, you check from corner to corner. I've got 72 7/16. And in 72, and it's just a little shy. It's really good enough. I am just a grunt under. But if your frame's a little bit out of square, you take the long side. Give it a little push. You don't want to push too hard, you'll rip the screws out. Alright, now that's a shy 7/16, and this should be, alright, we're right there. So that's that frame. Let's do another one, see if I got time on the video to do another one. I know I got time to do it, just because people are probably going to give up watching the video. One thing I've noticed about the woodworking videos, I've been watching a few of them to see what was working the best for everybody else. The main thing I've seen about these woodworking videos is we're all boring. I look back at my videos and they're just boring as hell. So I really appreciate anybody that's watching. Like I say, I'm just trying to get better at it right now. Trying to get used to talking on camera. I'm using the edge of my table saw for a frame table here. It's really not the best thing to do, but it's not too big a deal. I end up with a little glue built up on this edge. I just take a chisel and scrape it off. Once it gets built up too much, wall cabinet, the one I just built, it's going to be a closet. This is actually a base cabinet that's going to have glass doors. And it's in the living room or sitting room, whatever you want to call that. We've just had our first little taste of winter down here. I actually got my heater kicked on today. I've got to do a lot of work in this shop. I got holes everywhere. This winter is going to be a little rough. Hopefully I'll have everything patched up by next winter. I'm lining these up with marks that I already had put on here before I started. First thing I did was go through all the cabinets and mark where everything goes. A lot of times when I'm doing this, I'll use gauge blocks if I'm building kitchen cabinets or vanities. Something that's standard. I keep me a couple of gauge blocks for the drawer openings. That way I don't have to measure everything out. But these are all oddball. So I just went through and measured everything out. If I do get some more subscribers, maybe I can get me some actual better video equipment than I'm using right now. But like I say, I'm kind of just playing around with it, seeing what I can do. Like I say, it kind of amazed me that I had anybody actually subscribing at all. I've been doing these, trying to get better at it. And what I really want to do is start some just little projects. I got a couple that I'm working on. On this table back here, I've got a desk, little computer desk that I'm building for a nephew, and it's just a throw together project. So I think that's going to be my next video. Yeah, my shop's a little rough right now. But I just moved out of a 2-car garage, so for me this is worlds better than where I was at. maybe by next year I can be added on here and have all my holes patched. If everything goes right. $73 and $15, and I'm actually within a 30-second. I'm within a 30-second on that. This is getting inset doors though, so I want to make sure that my frame openings are good. Here we go. All right. One more frame to build. I think I'm going to keep on with the video till I finish this one. So, anybody's still watching, this is our last one. I've been trying to come up with some stuff on these videos that people will actually want to watch. Like I say, I've been watching all kind of woodworking videos to see which ones are the best, what everybody's doing. They are all, it is boring as hell. I even saw one video, this chick's in a little short skirt, and she was even boring. I'm amazed that people are even watching to start with. Seems like the ones that aren't boring, they're not really telling you anything. A lot of videos I watch, they'll do some kind of little project and then want to sell you the plans for it. And I don't really want to do that. If I do a video on something, I'm going to put the plans right there on it. Like I say, I've got this little desk that I want to build, and it's just a throw together project. What I mean by that is just whatever's in the shop that'll work is what I grabbed. But that'll be my next video. I was debating on just stopping and not doing any videos at all. I've got so much work going on. It's hard to take time for videos. But like I say, I'd really like to have something for the grandkids and great-grandkids, and hopefully they'd be able to watch us. Kind of seems like it'd be a nice thing to actually be able to do a project with your great-grandkids and not even be here. I have several projects planned out that I want to do. I've got a little stool that's just a beginner's project. I want to build a couple of them for family members. I figured I'd want to do a video on it too. And if y'all have watched this far, I really appreciate it, because I am just rambling on here. I don't know how much time I have taken up. But anyway, this is the way I do my face frames. Pocket screw and everything. Like I say, I wish I had a face frame table, but as long as you've got something flat to clamp them down to, it works great. You just got to do a lot of moving it around. There we go. Alright, that's my last one. I gotta start cutting out some boxes, so maybe I'll do a video on that. I appreciate y'all watching if y'all made it this far, and we'll see you on the next one.